Well, hey there, friends. That's how we greet each other now, right? We have our mask on, we're in the grocery store, we're walking, around at work, and we see, how much do we see of someone nowadays? We see our eyes, right? So I wanted to take a few moments today to show you how I do my makeup for when I'm wearing a mask. And I figured I would give you a couple of quick tips. So I'm going to actually share the tips with you right now, and then I'm going to show you each tip in the video tutorial. So before I get started, if you are new here, my name is Dawn and I am an independent beauty consultant with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and my channel is dedicated to bringing our catalog to life, to showing you all of the amazing Mary Kay products that we have, skincare, makeup, body care, and letting you see me use those products so that you can see how they look and how they go on and all of that great stuff. All right, so I'll get into the tutorial in just a moment. But here are the quick tips. My first tip is that you want to make sure that you are concealing or color correcting or both underneath of your eye area, because again, with the mask, when we wear that mask, our eyes are on full display, and let me show you. Right, so this area right here is definitely going to be very noticeable. So if you have very, very dark circles, you want to make sure that you are covering up any kind of dark circles or shadows underneath of those eyes. So using a color corrector and or a concealer is my first tip. Now my second tip is that when you are applying a foundation, you should choose a foundation that is transfer resistant. So I'm going to show you in today's video the product that I have personally been using for this. There's a lot of different options, and again, I'll go over that in the tutorial in a few moments. Just make sure that whatever foundation option that you choose, it is transfer resistant, so it's not getting all over the inside of the mask. All right, the third tip I have for you is brows. Brows are so important. Again, with our mask, covering, really our eyes are on full display. So making sure that you have your brows done perfectly is so important. So really invest in some good brow products and really work on your brow technique. So find a great tutorial and just practice over and over. All right, my fourth tip is to have fun with your eye color. If we are going to be, covering up the majority of our face and we're really just going to have that focus on our eyes, have fun, play with color. You can see here I have a purple on, and I will show you that in the tutorial, but I think it's a lot of fun to have, that pop of color on your face, because with the mask, your lips are going to be concealed, so you can't, a lot of times we'll add that pop of color on our lips. So since we don't get to see that with the mask, add it to your eyes. All right, the next tip I have is to add a great lengthening mascara. So again, with our eyes being the star of the show, we want to have nice, long, luscious lashes. So make sure you're using a lengthening mascara, and I'm going to show you one of my favorites in the tutorial. All right, the next tip is that if you do choose to wear a lipstick or lip gloss underneath of the mask, just make sure it's something that is non-sticky, so it's not, getting all the mask itself is not getting all stuck to your lips. So I love our Mary Kay Unlimited lip gloss, and you will see me apply that in the tutorial as well. And then the last tip I have for you is to use a finishing spray, because that's going to help to set the makeup and help it last longer, but also keep it from transferring to the mask. So those are my 7 tips, and let's get started with the tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is color correct under my eyes. So you can totally use just the color corrector, you could use just the concealer, or you could use the combination of color corrector with a concealer on top. For today, I'm just going to use the Mary Kay color corrector. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this underneath of my eyes where I get that shadowy area, and just let that sit here for a moment to warm up to my skin. I have talked about the color corrector in some of my previous videos. It has a peachy tone to it. It just comes in the one shade, and that peachy tone is to color correct the bluish, purplish tone that we get underneath of our eyes from the shadows and the dark circles. So again, this just is gonna come in the one shade, and you can use it mostly on any skin tone. If you are a darker bronze skin tone, you may find that this is a little bit too light for you, but you can always try it and see if it works for your skin or not. So I'm gonna go ahead, now that I've had this on for a few seconds, I'm just going to blend this in. I am using my fingers to just give it a quick blend here. You can use a blending sponge, you can use a blending brush, or the cream color brush, but again, I'm just using my fingers, so totally optional, whatever works best for you. When we're wearing a mask, it's really important to conceal or color correct here, because again, with the mask, the focus is going to be right there under the eyes. We're going to see that. It's going to be a little bit more pronounced. So just make sure that you're using that color corrector and or concealer to hide any dark circles that you might have under the eye area. So I'm just going to go ahead with the color corrector today. All right, next up, I'm going to apply foundation. So the tip here is that you want to make sure that whatever foundation that you are using a transfer resistant foundation. So you can certainly use a liquid foundation, a CC cream, or what I'm going to use today is our Mary Kay Mineral Powder Foundation. So this is not something that I've shown in one of my videos or tutorials before, but I do use this on a fairly regular basis. I kind of go back and forth with the CC cream and this. So I love the Mineral Powder Foundation because I have found with wearing a mask, it is actually very transfer resistant. When I wear a mask and I wear my mineral powder, I hardly get any product at all on my mask. So I think it's because that it is a powder, because I also noticed the same when I wear my CC cream. If I don't set my CC cream with my translucent setting powder, I do tend to have more transfer. So I think having that powder is a great tip for you. And so again, if you're going to wear a liquid foundation or you're going to wear a CC cream, I would recommend setting it with the translucent setting powder or try the mineral powder foundation. So I love the way that this container is designed. So in here, it has the little holes for the product to come out, but it has these little, I don't know what these are, but these little places that you can put your finger and you can actually turn the product so it's open, and I'm going to shake out the amount I need and then I can close it again. So again, I'm just going to shake out some of the powder right here. So I'll just give that a tap. And I am using Ivory 1. So I do use Ivory 2 in the summer, but this is, my skin's a little bit lighter right now. So I'm going to tap a little bit. This is probably not quite enough, but I'm going to start with this. And I am going to use the Mary Kay Powder Foundation brush. So I haven't really shown this very much because, again, I haven't really used this powder foundation before. So I'm just going to take the brush and I'm going to dip it into the mineral powder foundation and just really give it a good swirl. Let that brush pick up all of that powder foundation. You see right there, I'm going to tap it off, just that excess, and then I'm going to start to work in a circular motion, applying this product to my skin. So one thing that I really love about this mineral powder foundation is that it gives the skin sort of an airbrushed look. So again, when we need more, we can just tap. Let's go ahead and again, just working this in a circular motion so we don't have any kind of streaks or anything like that. And always with any foundation, just working it down along that jawline. I am going to do my whole face. I'm just doing half right now to show you, and you can apply it right there over your eyelid. All right, right, so I don't know if you can tell a difference, but this side obviously has the foundation and this side does not. And so it just gives a light, what I say, like an airbrushed complexion. So it's not a very, very heavy coverage. You can add more layers on. This is just one layer of foundation, but you can go ahead and apply a layer. And if you want more coverage, you can apply 2, 3, however many layers of foundation that you want. One thing to note, if you are using the mineral powder foundation, you want to go ahead and use any kind of concealers or color correctors or any kind of cream products. You want to use those first. So if you're using a cream highlighter, if you're using, again, the concealer, anything like that, you want to go ahead and put that on before you put the mineral powder foundation on. So let me go ahead and finish the other side and we'll go on to our next step. All right, so I did go ahead and put a second coat of the foundation on, a second layer, so I have a little bit more coverage on my skin. A couple things to note too, it is a little messy, so I had to brush off a bunch from my top. So one idea is to apply it with a towel at your vanity if you're sitting at a vanity, or do it over your sink in your bathroom so you can just rinse that down. But it's very, very finely milled, and so it makes a lot of mess. It's like a dust cloud. And as I was editing the video, I realized that the powder got all over my hair. So for the rest of the video, just ignore that there's powder in my hair. And because of that, you also want to make sure that you keep your mouth closed while you're applying it. Don't breathe in through your nose because it will make you cough a little bit. So just a couple little quick notes about it. Let's go on to the next thing that I want to focus on, and that is my eyebrows. So it is very important when we are wearing a mask that we really frame our eyes, because our eyes is basically the only thing anybody is seeing. And so while it's important to do eye makeup, and I'm going to get to that, it's really, I think, more important that we frame our face with our brows. So I am going to use the Precision Brow Liner in Brunette, and before I start that, I'm actually going to take the dual-ended eyebrow eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to brush the eyebrows in the direction that they naturally go, just so I can get a little bit of shape here. I'm not going to go over a full brow technique. I have done that in a previous video, so I'll link that up here. But I am just going to start by coming underneath of my brow line, just to kind of draw that definition there. And then I'm going to do a little bit of the same on the top, just kind of coming right at the top. And so you can see it's just a nice soft line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Precision Brow Liner and I'm going to start to fill in where I need a little bit more coverage between that top and bottom line. So the Precision Brow Liner is great because it is a very, very fine tip, and just by doing these short little strokes like you see me doing, you can mimic the hairs that are growing, so it looks like little, hairs, instead of just drawing a line and coloring it in. This is going to make it look a lot more natural, but at the same time it's going to give you that full brow effect. And now that I have the pencil done, I'm going to come in with a volumizing brow tint in Brunette. So I'm just going to take this and I am going to very carefully use this to tint and volumize those brow hairs. So this is just going to add a little bit of volume and a little bit of color, but I'm not applying it to the skin, I'm applying it to the brow hairs. So you do have to make sure that you actually have some brows for this to attach to. So if you don't have any brows at all, I would just stick with the pencil. But this will just add a little bit more volume for you with your brows. All right, so that is that side. Let me go ahead and do the other side real quick. Okay, now that my brows are done, the next thing that I think is a great tip for makeup for a mask is to give your eyes a pop of color. So you can totally go with a neutral eye here, or you can just skip the eyeshadow altogether and just do some mascara. But again, you know, when we're wearing a mask, all of our focus is right there on our eyes. And so I think it's just a great time to have a little bit of fun with a pop of color. Today, I'm actually going to use the Mary Kay Liquid Eye Color, and this is in the Purple Nova. So I thought this would be a really great option for a colorful eye that's quick and easy, because we're just going to use this one shade. So I'm going to take a little bit of that color and apply it to the lid. And then I'm going to use the Mary Kay Cream brush, and I'm going to just blend this out. And because I'm just using one color, I am concentrating a little bit more of the shade on the outer corner and in that crease of my eye. And I'm just making sure it's really light as I come into the inner corner. All right, and I'm going to take just a tiny, tiny bit of this with the other end of that eyeliner eyeshadow, or the eyeliner brow brush. So I use the brow end to brush up my brows. I'm going to use this eyeliner end, and I'm just going to get a little bit of this liquid eyeshadow here, right there on the end, and I'm going to come underneath, just align it a little bit. I mean, you can certainly go all out here, do a smoky eye, do, you know, something with 2 or 3 eyeshadow colors, but I love this liquid eyeshadow. And again, this purple color is just so gorgeous. And yeah, so that's what I thought I would do for you guys today. All right, let me do the other side real quick. All right, next up, I'm going to use the Mary Kay Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner Pen in black. So I'm just going to do a quick line across the top lashes. And the next tip I have for you is to wear a great lengthening mascara. I'm going to use the Mary Kay Lash Love Lengthening Mascara. So with all of that focus and attention being on our eyes, I think it's great to have a lengthening mascara to make your lashes look super long. You could totally go with a volumizing mascara if you prefer that, especially if you wear glasses. Sometimes with lengthening mascaras, you can make your lashes so long that it actually hits the glasses. So, you know, find what works for you, but I love wearing a lengthening mascara, again, when I am wearing a mask, to make my lashes look as long as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the bottom here. I love this Lash Love Lengthening. It has this great wand where it is curved, so it makes applying it super easy. And you can see how long these bottom lashes are. All right, let me go ahead and do the top. All right, and don't forget, just a quick little tip, if you have not replaced your mascara in the last 3 months, do it now. You should always replace them every 3 months or sooner if they dry out. All right, next up is totally optional for you. I like to apply cheek color next. So I'm going to apply the Mary Kay blush. I'm going to use this rosy nude here. So let me grab my cheek color brush. I washed all my brushes yesterday, was making sure it was dry. It is. Okay, so I'm going to take the Rosy Nude and I'm just going to apply a little bit just to the cheekbone. Now, you probably noticed that I didn't do, you know, contouring and highlighting and all of that today. And that's really because, you know, for the majority of the day, I am going to have my mask on. And when I am, you know, meeting with other people and when I'm, you know, having those conversations or interactions. So the blush, again, is just a little bit more for me because there are a few times during the day where somebody might, you know, walk by and see me. And I don't want to look super pale. I know my skin's pretty light, so I just want to add a little bit of color to my skin. All right, next up is, again, totally optional, depending on if you wear your mask all day or take it off. But I love a little bit of pop of color on my lips. And so I love the Mary Kay Unlimited Lip Gloss because this is non-sticky. So it's not going to, you know, adhere to my mask, it's not going to stick to it. And I find that when I wear this and wear my mask, I have very little transfer from the lip product to the mask itself. So my mask, you know, sticks out enough. It's not like sucked to my face. So I don't really have issues with the color transferring to my mask. And I love the Unlimited Lip Gloss because it is so moisturizing too. So, you know, your lips will get dry and it's great to have that extra moisture. So let me put this on. You guys know I love my Pink Fusion. I wore it in my last tutorial. All right, the last tip I'm going to give you is to spray your face with a finishing spray. So again, I talked earlier about using foundation products that are transfer resistant, but to give all of the products on your face just to set them and just to help them last longer, and again, you know, not transfer to the mask. If you use this setting spray, that is going to help to set everything. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So 4 quick sprays, you spray an X and then a T. All right, so that is it. That is the look. I hope that this was helpful to you because I know that, you know, in the last year, our lives have changed so much, and I really don't think these masks are going anywhere anytime soon. I think it's going to become part of just our everyday life. And so I think that, you know, I know there's a million videos out there with how to do makeup for your mask. And, you know, I thought about doing one a long time ago, but I really wanted to kind of play with my own personal makeup routine and see what worked for me. You know, what products were the most transfer resistant, and you know what things that I noticed were important for me, the little tips and tricks, and you know, did it make a difference if I did my brows or didn't do my brows or whatever. So I really wanted to kind of get my makeup routine really down before I let you know what I was doing. So, you know, this is similar to some of the previous videos I've shown you with a little bit of the technique, but I just wanted to show you a great option for, again, a colorful eye that was quick and easy. One of my favorite products that I haven't shown you before, that mineral powder foundation. And I just thought that this would be a great way to kick off my makeup tutorials for the year. So I hope, as always, that this video was helpful to you. And if you did find it helpful, make sure you share it with a friend. And I will be back next week with another video. I'm super excited about the video I have planned for next week, so make sure to stay tuned. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends. If you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and check out these other videos I have for you here. All right, I'll see you next time, friends.